First off, let me say a big sorry for missing last week's live stream. Life got a little crazy. But the good news is that we've got a ton of exciting content lined up for you this week. Let's dive right in with Phil Spencer practically confirming what we've all suspected. Xbox exclusives are on the way out. In a recent interview, Phil spilled the beans, revealing that more Xbox games will be making their way to other platforms. Exhibit A, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which was initially slated as an Xbox exclusive, but is now swinging on the PlayStation 5 in early 2025. This puts their hardware in a precarious position. Why get an Xbox console when the games will go to other platforms?
We have one at home and we love it.
We're going on an epic adventure, Morty.
What?
God of War, Morty, the new one.
Speaking of epic adventures, Santa Monica Studios is back in action. They're working on a new entry in the mythological saga of our favorite antihero, Kratos. Remember that mysterious shrine hidden away in Tyr's treasure realm from the 2018 God of War game? Well, it hinted at other worlds waiting to be explored. With this breadcrumb, I guess all there is to wonder is, what world will Kratos wreak havoc on next? Lastly, with the sudden and unceremonious news that Xbox was closing the studio that developed Hi-Fi Rush, by all accounts a hit, people were understandably upset. But Krafton Inc., the masterminds behind PUBG, swooped in like a gaming superhero to save the day. Not only did they rescue the studio, but they also snagged the rights to Hi-Fi Rush. It's a win-win for gamers everywhere, and we're excited to see what Tango and Krafton cook up together. That's what we're talking about today, with a little more sprinkled throughout, and I'm joined by the brightest minds on YouTube to give their expert analysis. Welcome to the Couch Consumer live stream. All right. Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So
Great
yeah,
intro.
just like always, it was down to the wire. It's always down to the wire. And it feels
I feel like that's life for us though. Like man.
What's what happens when you have to when you have real responsibilities and you're trying to do this at the same time.
Yep.
I love that.
Totally normal.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like honestly, if if we became full-time streamers, I don't know if I consider that a real job. You know, I know it's work. You still have to do the planning and preparation and
It's
stuff.
a
Oh
lot of
boy.
work.
Oh no.
But
You're gonna kick a hornet's nest.
I feel like it's okay, so like yeah,
Watch what you say.
it's a real job. It is, because you're sustaining your life, right?
yeah, I mean,
But it's something that we love so much that's where the not a real job part comes in.
oh, you
It
might be
would
right.
Well,
it
it's
would
because
be
we've
like-
worked enough real jobs that we know that in reality they're kind of miserable, and this one isn't,
Exactly,
so it doesn't
yeah.
feel like a real job.
So it would be one of those how people call it a dream job.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
hear you.
like
Love what you do, and you'll never work a day in your life.
That's right.
exactly. So that's where that comes from. It's not
Mhm.
we're not busting on any full-time YouTubers and saying you guys
Well, hang on.
don't have a
No,
real
I
job."
am the ones that
Well, NASA's always busting.
the ones
on
that say like, oh, this is harder than working a 9 to 5. Like, no, it ain't.
Yeah.
No, it's just no, it's
I
not.
mean, I'm sure if you had millions of subscribers and you had to have a team to help you, yeah, it could be, because you're responsible for your whole team then.
Well, that's also depending on your approach to it too,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? There's a lot that goes into it.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna let Beerus run our chats, and
What a way to start this one off. It's
he'll
like
be our moderator.
streamers, they don't
Yeah,
have real
they're not
jobs.
real. They're
Sound
not
like a
real.
70-year-old man over here. It's not a real
No,
job.
I'm not saying that. I mean,
Yeah.
The
streaming
casual
Yeah.
crew supports
be.
everybody, but
Mhm.
we also know that this is fluffy
Yeah,
compared to
there
the
are
things
levels
had
to this.
Yes.
Certainly.
I'll never
for
say
military.
this is harder than a 9 to 5 job.
Mhm.
It's
It's probably
I
just
on
like
the
work
level.
9
Yeah.
to 5 jobs. It's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Right
it's
on.
fun. Like
Mhm.
don't tell me raking in money and doing fun things and doing whatever you decide
Yeah.
is harder than a 9 to 5,
Right.
because it's not.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so thank you, Geek, for setting me straight on that. Because I've been thinking that for a long time. I never really thought about, well, hey, you really like doing it, right? So it doesn't feel like work. So yeah. But also to
Yeah.
Nas's point, it's like all the bricklayers out there.
Oh,
This
yeah.
isn't harder than that.
Can you tell me streaming is harder than that? I do not believe you.
I'm not gonna let you on the stream, puppy. I'm sorry.
Right on.
She's at the gate with her head laying down.
Oh,
I'm surprised you guys can't hear her whining. She's going,
Poor baby.
Poor pup.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh wait, I heard that.
What's
yeah,
that?
that's her.
So
That's
okay.
Silver. My
Silver?
my other. That's my YouTube sidekick, Silver.
oh, right on. Okay.
That's the dog. Yeah, the dog.
Well, tell her she made it just in time.
You're just in time, baby. We're featuring you on the channel.
She's on casual consumer time.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
like, I'm part of the casual crew now. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Here to talk about all the latest dog treats.
You know that would
We're
be a
gonna talk about the
welcome
latest
segment,
dog video games.
You know what? Yeah, people would watch that. People watch the Puppy Bowl, for God's sake.
Don't judge me, Nos. I felt like that was a personal attack.
I didn't say person. I said people.
Right on.
I'm just kidding. I haven't watched a Puppy Bowl in years. I don't think I've watched it since I lived in Colorado. Like 6
This is my
years
first time
ago.
hearing about the Puppy Bowl. So
Oh my
Oh,
god, it's adorable. They do it on Super Bowl Sunday, and they just have these. They set it up, and it looks like a football field, and it's just watching puppies run around like crazy.
Okay. Right
It's,
on.
it's adorable. You're just like, oh my god, look how fluffy they are.
It's like
I remember like flipping through the guide and I saw that and I thought, oh, Puppy Bowl. What's this? This looks interesting. And I saw all these puppies like, oh, puppies. And like, but I can't pet any of them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
next channel.
pretty
It's
much.
like-
Best of the Super Bowl.
I like watching like every time I catch a dog show, I find myself lingering on it for a little bit and then, you know, just changing the channel. It's like, yeah, that was interesting. You know? I don't know if I like watch intentionally the Puppy Bowl. Like if I call her, I'm like, oh, then, you know, back to anime or something. Being 100% honest. But we do have a bunch of stuff to cover today. We've got a bunch of trailers, not a bunch, like 4, more than usual, right?
Mhm.
But we're going to talk about Phil Spencer and his comments on, you know, how well the business is going with putting their games on other platforms. It must be going very well, or else he wouldn't be doing this.
Well,
yeah.
If on that note, if you
Mhm.
think about it,
Mm.
with how PlayStation is consistently outselling Xbox,
Mhm. Yeah.
it's actually a really good strategy because you know that's bringing them way more money than they could get. Because you gotta admit, like gamers are just like, you know, we're just like the Ford versus Chevy people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I'll never get a Chevy. Ford's the best, you know, or Dodge is the best, or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, like my first console that I bought for myself
Mhm.
was an Xbox.
Mhm.
PlayStation 1, my best friend's older brother had it, and he was working all the time, and he always let us play it, so I didn't have to have one. My
Right.
friends in the barracks all had PlayStation 2, so I didn't have to have one.
Yeah.
You know, my first PlayStation that I bought was a PlayStation 3.
Mhm.
So, I mean, for me, it's like I'm not going back. We have the Xbox One and the Xbox Series S and everything like that. But for me, I just prefer like not just the controllers, but just the ease. And, you know, I don't have to sign into, you know, a Microsoft account for every single thing that I have to do. you
Right.
know? And it's just very easy for me. And the visuals are just amazing. And I love it. So I'm not going to go buy myself, even though Hellblade 2 was only on Xbox.
Hmm. Right, but
I
we
know,
will
River,
get
exactly.
there. I'm just going through the rundown what we're going to talk about today.
No, I know. I'm just saying. So like on that note, like it's going to open a big revenue for them. So.
Well, yeah. But we also have God of War, and they have some hiring practices going on right now to signal that they are creating a new entry, right? So that's exciting stuff. And then, last but not least, Tango Gameworks got scooped up by Krafton, which is great because you know everyone was bummed about losing that studio, especially after Hi-Fi Rush, Evil Dead, all that good stuff. And then the fact that they did exactly what Xbox wanted them to do, make smaller games to win awards, and then they get shut down. So we were all a little.
Who was it? Oh, I remember his
Matt Booty.
Mr. Booty.
Yeah, Mr. Booty himself.
We were really upset when they closed that one down.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm really, really glad
Me
that
too.
it got scooped up. So
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, but before we get into that, we got some trailers to get into.
I have thoughts. I'll save them for when we're discussing it. But...
Right on.
First, we're gonna have the fun with the trailers.
Yes.
And then you guys...
Ooh.
Yes. This one I think is well, I mean, we've been gone for like a week, so it's 2 weeks worth of trailers, and I was only able to find 4. That might be sad. Saying something about myself and not being able to find the stuff. Anyway, let's get into.
You're the
our
best,
first one.
Fox. Don't even do it.
No.
Sorry, one of my kids is.
Right on.
Sorry.
No. Like in the background of the shot, the very last shot before the title drop.
Oh,
And these
I don't know.
character, yeah, there.
I'm
What's
looking
that?
at this though, and it's.
Oh, it's like a statue.
Oh, there's something in the sky.
Yeah,
Right on.
I wonder if that. Yeah, it could be
Looks
a
like a
statue. It could be like
monument or something. Yeah, because
But
it doesn't look like it's moving.
There,
No, it looks
his
like
outfit,
a statue.
It looks like a cross between like BMX and motocross and
Yeah.
Power Rangers, doesn't it?
Power Rangers, I love it.
Yeah, like I saw him and I was like, oh, blue Power Ranger.
It does kind of look like
Does
it
look
does
like
kind of look like a motorcycle
Yeah.
suit.
Yes, it does. Yep.
It
Yep.
does. He must have motorcycled right into another dimension.
Maybe.
Oh, there was that one thing that looked like it was from Event Horizon.
I don't know. This
Super
looks
cool.
cool. I'm
It does look
interested
good.
more and more
Yeah.
about it. Oh, that looks cool. It did look like a lightsaber, but I think it was just like some sort of laser, like
Laser sword or
Oh yeah. Which is
the bugs.
it's like,
The bugs freak me out.
oh,
So it's interesting when he was morphed into that slithering thing. Nothing looked like it was attacking him. So I'm wondering if that's like a stealth mechanic.
yeah. So Project Tower. This one, I have no information whatsoever. It's absolutely hilarious. But from the looks of it, the graphics are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The shadows, the environment, like it is stunning stuff.
There's a demo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It said demo is, what do you call it? Demo available now on PS5.
This is coming out later this year.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
for PC anyway. I'm looking at the Steam page. It's also going to be out on Steam.
Yeah,
Cool. Very cool.
it said says that you need to reach the top of the tower. Project Tower is a third-person shooter set in a science fiction universe.
Right on.
The story begins with the
That makes
Hicks,
sense.
an alien race invading Earth to capture human survivors as prisoners.
Whoa.
The Hicks want to counter the universe, and for this, they created a program, Project Tower. This program forces prisoners to fight their way up through various towers so the Hicks can build up their army from the tries of the prisoners.
Hmm?
You play as one of the inmates, the sole chance of regaining your freedom being to reach the top of the tower.
Very cool.
What?
That's cool. I'm sorry. I like that. I like
So,
that. a lot.
immerse
It's
yourself.
interesting. I'm just trying to think of I feel like there's information that's missing.
Well, of course, it's a teaser. But
Mm.
immerse yourself in visceral combat that will engage all your senses in this shooter. Adapt your playstyle with an arsenal of new weapons as you ascend floor by floor. Sharpen your skills to reach the top and reclaim your freedom. No matter the cost, keep climbing.
Okay.
And it says it's got some puzzles in there too.
Oh,
Explore
nice.
Explore the different floors of the towers. Face hordes of fearsome enemies and solve complex puzzles.
Okay.
Utilize your arsenal to unlock the secrets of the tower and regain your freedom.
Right on. No, that sounds super interesting.
It really does.
I
I
have
like that.
questions about the story, but otherwise, I mean, the gameplay looks like a lot of fun, and it is a very nice looking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Oh, yeah.
It's developed by Yummy Games.
Yummy Games. Just saw that at the It's like,
Isn't
oh,
that
gosh.
cute?
I
What
like
else
it.
have they done? It's their first thing listed on Steam.
Right on. What? Here,
I'm
yeah,
just
now
check.
you got me.
This is what I do. I check to see what else they've done, and I'm not really seeing anything else on their website as far as games go. They've got mobile games.
Oh, that's usually how it goes. Like,
Yeah,
They usually start with mobile to get some money, and then
yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Because
they've got like 20 different mobile games available through the Apple Store.
yeah,
But this is their first
a step up.
big project.
What's the one that developed Stellar Blade? Step Up?
Shift Up.
Shift Up.
Shift
Thank you.
Shift Up. Yeah.
I think they were.
Step Up. Wasn't that a movie?
yeah,
a series of like
point?
dance movies.
Yes, it was. Freaking
I wish I didn't know that.
Oh my goodness, come on.
Right on. But yeah, I think they were in the same boat. They were a big into the mobile market, and then I want to say Stellar Blade is their first like AAA title. Or
there was another
console.
one. I think it was called like Project Nikkei or whatever.
Oh, right on. I
Or
missed that one then.
Nikki or what? I can't remember. I don't know how it's pronounced, but
Right on.
yeah, they were mostly mobile. You're right.
All right. What say we get into this next trailer? Now, oh, whoops. I don't think that one had any sound.
Ruh-roh.
Right. This one will. This one will. Because I'm paying attention now and I'm not an idiot right now. Let's get into that one really fast.
Oh, somebody died. Somebody in trouble.
This kind of reminds me of a few different games.
Yeah, I was gonna say Minecraft role playing right here.
Deus Ex, the original.
Mhm. Yeah, it does feel Max Payne-esque. I was trying to be a little more profesh.
I had a feeling they show that population number. I'm like, are they going to show it decreasing at all? And they did.
Oh, shit.
Well done, trailer.
I was
Well
like,
done.
oh, somebody died.
986.
So it says
that's a-
986, and then it
Yeah.
drops down to 983 by the end of the trailer.
Yes, yes. It makes me wonder who's doing the killing, us or are we the investigators, or both?
We're investigating a serial killer. And so I read up a little bit, I mean, very cursory stuff. But you're an investigator, you're trying to catch a serial killer, but what you can do is go around solving other crimes to build up resources, like get new gadgets and things like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I think, yeah. But
I like the cup of coffee.
yeah. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie,
this is
man.
already out.
This is super cool.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind. Yeah, it's early access.
Right on. So a lot of these, because they're like 2 weeks in the bank, they might be out already or early access. But I really like this, just in case you guys haven't seen it, or anyone out in the audience hasn't seen it. I think this is a good one. And I'm not even a fan of Minecraft. Not a fan of Minecraft, like how it looks and all that. But this is really like changing my mind. How creative they can get with that stuff. This thing is
I'm-
so cool.
A little surprised at what specs are required for this game, though.
Oh no. What?
I'm just giving it a look, and if for recommended, it's asking for a 3060.
Ooh, what?
That's
That's pretty
kind of
high
steep.
Yeah.
for
I mean, shoot.
for a game that looks like that.
I want to say that's like the last gen. I want to say 4090 is the most
Yeah.
recent.
The 3060 is last year's or last generation's mid-level.
Yeah.
Good
So
Lord.
it's a little surprising.
That is
By
great.
contrast, I think the recommended graphics card for like Star Wars Outlaws, which is coming out in a week, is a 3060.
Oh,
So, and that's overblown too. But like, I'm kind of curious, unless there's more going on than what we're seeing.
well, Outlaws. That makes way more sense than this one.
Yeah. I've got a lot of
You'd
friends
think.
that are
Yeah.
excited for Outlaws, but for me, I'm just wondering how a multiplayer online Star Wars game is going to go, and are we just going to have blasters, or do we have lightsabers? Because
No
I
lightsabers.
think it's going to be blasters.
No
Yeah,
lightsabers.
I
No
heard it
melee
was
combat. Period.
Really?
Yep.
So
But-
it's going to be like Fortnite with Star Wars.
It's gonna be crap, but we're
I'm excited to see what the reviews look like when it comes out. It's
Yeah.
well, okay. For one, how high they priced it, and then two, I want to see how it moves around because people have gotten their hands on it, and they're like, being on the speeder and moving around is an absolute task. It's not like getting on what's that one? It's a speeder in Destiny that is very it's very nice. It's easy to move around with, easy to control. They're saying this one is not like that one. All right, let's get out of that.
Oh my goodness, it looks cute.
No commercials. None.
man,
But yeah, I'm
Mhm.
I'm not gonna buy Outlaws. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just that like I grew up on Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. My brother, I remember him. I was finally able to visit on leave for vacation, and I was able to see not just my parents but my brother, because they lived on opposite ends of the country. And when I was leaving for Thanksgiving, he hands me that game, and he's like, "Just try this. It's so wicked. You'll never expect it."
So weird.
And like I did playthroughs, and like once I was on the light side, once I was on the dark side, and it was just really neat. Like, and I got to have a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars without lightsabers.
and they didn't give it to you like right away either.
Yeah, you had to earn that.
You did.
Right on.
Stupid vibroblades until you actually get your own lightsaber.
All right, now, okay, so
But
with-
we should probably talk
Sorry,
about the
sorry,
game we
sorry,
just looked at.
well, no, like with the way that it's going, right? Would we prefer that? I can't remember her name from Outlaws. Would we prefer that she has a little bit of touch with the Force, and she can, we learn that she's, a descendant of, whoever? Like, I don't know.
No.
I don't. Yeah. I don't
I
know
mean,
if I'd like
it's
that
a hard
any better.
question to answer because
Mhm.
it depends on how you progress the story.
Yeah, very true.
Is it a necessity? No, you can tell a very good story without the Force, with
Boba Fett.
just somebody living their life in this setting that is Star Wars. There's plenty to do there. There's plenty of people that exist within it.
Yep.
I would have been happy if they just, the main character's an alien. Why
Right
the hell
on.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Why are
crap.
humans always the one causing all the trouble in the Star Wars universe?
But are they
That's a great
humans
point.
though? Think about it.
This is a great point.
Ah,
It's like we're the scum of
that's
you know,
fair.
the galaxy.
Yeah.
Apparently.
We're
Yeah.
the crap disturbers.
Yeah. Holy
But
moly.
I don't know.
Sorry, that's a great point.
It's kind of neat because, like, and it could just be someone that was like, a top general's daughter or something. You never know. Like for, like you could pick somebody from the top on the dark side or somebody
Mhm.
on the top from like the light side that wasn't even a Jedi, or something that,
Mhm.
I don't know. I really don't care. I really don't care what the main story. Like, no. What I mean is, I don't care.
No, rewind.
I don't care what the profession or who the main character is.
You don't care about
just,
the genealogy.
just as long as they're written well
Mhm.
and they have character development.
Yeah.
And they're not a Mary Sue, and they face hardships and they overcome them, and all that stuff. Whether they're Jedi or not, whether they're light side, dark side, or somewhere in between, just trying to exist in day-to-day world.
Mhm. Yeah.
That would be me.
I'm fine with that.
Light
Just
side,
tell a
dark
good
side,
story.
Just,
Yeah.
just trying to live.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Let's
Kyle
get to
Katarn.
Let's get what? Say again.
Oh no, he was a character from Jedi. Oh, Dark Forces 2.
Okay.
Kyle Katarn. He was like a gray Jedi.
Oh, okay.
He was like in between. He wasn't like strictly light side, but he wasn't exactly super. He wasn't
Ooh.
dirty, but he wasn't super clean either. But he was a really interesting
Anti-hero.
character.
Love that.
You guys don't. You never heard of this game?
I haven't.
These games?
No, I haven't.
Oh man. Jedi Outcast, I think, was the one that.
What?
Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. You play as Kyle Katarn.
Oh, look at
He's
dude. That looks
mercenary
great.
working for the New Republic and former Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game. It's third person where you're playing as a Jedi and you have different moves, different fighting styles,
Yeah.
and you're fighting other Jedi. It's look it up afterwards. It was
I'm
a lot
looking
of
at
fun.
it right now. It's like Jack
it's
is
kinda
so
like-
20 years later.
It's kind of like like Ahsoka, like she actually got corrupted and went to the dark side. That's why her lightsaber is white.
Oh, okay.
Because she was on the dark side, got manipulated into it, and then basically was saved by Anakin and left the Jedi Order.
Right on.
But he still upholds like a lot of the Jedi stuff. But this guy is, he walks that line right in between. Like,
Okay. It's like I remember watching the shows back in the day, like the 3D one. I didn't get into the cartoon one so much, but the 3D one was super cool. And I remember seeing her in those, and I want to say she was Anakin's Padawan.
yeah,
So
yeah,
right on.
his only one actually.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I've always really liked Ahsoka, so I was excited to see the show, and I love Rosario Dawson. So
Oh my god.
yeah, so if you guys haven't
Boy.
watched that, it adds a bit of a bigger story, and that's the only thing that I like when they're not ruining it and they add to it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But some things they need to just leave alone.
Yeah. Real
Disney, I'm
quick.
talking to you.
Let's get to the comments real quick, because
Sure.
we got Scotty in there, we got John DBZ in there.
Hey.
Scotty.
Good morning,
John.
afternoon, y'all.
Good morning, Scotty. Good afternoon.
Right on.
Yeah, I like the use of y'all. You're making me feel
Where
good.
is it, y'all? No, you
No,
can
it's
say it.
it's Y apostrophe A L L. So you're
Yeah.
good. You're good. You got this.
You say a new God of War would be wild, absolutely, because we don't know which way they're gonna go with
I'd
it.
be stoked.
Yeah, in Tears, in his treasure room, he had the Egyptian eye, and he had the Greek mythology up in the, I want to say, top right, and then the bottom ones too. So they've got options. They got options where it can go.
I would like to see them
Right.
end up in Egypt, because oh my gosh.
Yeah, that pantheon looks crazy, and especially since it's
yeah.
so different than anywhere else, really.
Yeah.
Probably close to Africa or something like that.
Every
but, yeah.
every time I see the Eye of Horus, Egypt is in Africa.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there are different sections in Africa that have different mythologies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I got confused for a second because I was like, wait a second. And I was like, am I thinking wrong or no? My mom actually lived in Africa for a while, so that was
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear the sound on the first trailer, by the way, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
I'll add it in post.
Right on. John DVZ, hey everyone. Hope the team had a great week. It was
It was a week, John.
yeah.
It was a great something.
Yes.
But hey, John, how's it going, man?
Yeah. Hope you had a great week.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And then we got Scotty. Yo, sup, John? And then John DBZ and Fox, you said to remind you of the talk about if a DLC count to game of the year. Yes, we will. We have to talk about it. Thank you so much, John, for being a DLC. In fact, it is not a full game. And yes, we mean Elden Ring. John DBZ.
I have thoughts on
Interesting.
that you can join in with the talk. Right on. Yes, that'd be cool. Yeah. Get everybody in there.
Yes.
It says, yes, sound good now, bro. Oh, sweet. Okay. Right on. And then if you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings films and games, they are doing a new anime style show, Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim. The trailer is on YouTube and looks really cool. I saw an article about that, and I was meaning to look at it, but I had a lot of writing to do. Plus, 4 kids and all that stuff. Yeah.
The pack comes first. We know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Freaking.
Plus, your kids are adorable and amazing. I don't even know how you take time away from them. Oh my god, when they walk in the room, I'm just fawning over them.
It's an opportunity here that will result in something bigger for them. So that's why.
Exactly.
And plus, I kind of like doing this too.
Yeah.
Got to take some time for yourself sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So I will keep an eye on that. After the trailer, we'll get into that discussion and then move into our peripheral stuff. Right on. All right, so this is, I don't even know what trailer this is, but we will find out.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is gameplay. Okay.
I'm loving this movie. Yeah. Chernobyl Light 2.
Right on. So how are we feeling about that one?
I'm feeling the music soundtrack needs
Me
to
too.
be on my phone right now.
It was really good. It was really good.
It looks good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
I
real
like that
sleek.
gas mask. Yeah.
Look at the woods.
It
The
looks
landscapes
really,
are
really
crazy.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
Hmm.
And
I
so
mean,
this is
their first game was really good, like graphic wise, for when it was.
right
so
on. Yeah.
This one looked really, really awesome.
So from what I read, the change you're gonna be able to walk through rifts this time around.
Oh.
So that's the only change that I saw in the description. But I mean, this game looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. It looks. I want to say it's a survival. Obviously a third person.
It's listed as post-apocalyptic survival horror RPG sci-fi. Sorry, that's the first one. I was
You
looking
guys
at
are
the first
awesome.
one.
I think
I
the
was
second
gonna
one's
say
the same.
basically
Yeah.
my niche.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. I've never heard of these games, honestly.
Really?
No,
Me neither.
I mean, well, yes, honestly. Yeah, interesting.
Coming soon.
Comes out in 2025.
Another one. Don't care about your glasses, miss.
Stop talking to me like that.
Not you.
Apocalypse Edition.
I know, I'm just messing with you. I think this one is going to be an open world, from what they said.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need Windows 11 10 or 11. The 64-bit. They're saying Ryzen 1600X or an
That's for
Intel
minimum. That's
i5
for
for the minimum. Yeah, I know.
The recommended is a 7800 X3D.
Which, I mean, I try to go for the high-end stuff anyway. Both minimum and recommended say 16 gigs of RAM, but we all know that you should probably have at least 32.
Right on.
So.
And it's
but yeah,
coming to everything.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It looks really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says that it's the open world sequel to their survival horror game that came out in 2021, which, if you guys haven't checked that out, it is really cool. I think it's part of the top tiers in PlayStation Plus, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know if I bought it or if I got it on that. But it's pretty cool to check out.
Yeah.
It says that they're going to feature an advanced melee system in addition to diverse arsenal of firearms. Stealth or calling on others to help are other options available. So I'm assuming that you can team up with your buddies and stuff like that. It says that It's a potential teacher ready to share skills. Like if you team up, assemble your team, and discover unique strengths and abilities they bring to the table.
Okay.
It's got online co-ops, so
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
sounds cool.
Yes. All right. Well, if you're into that, you know, like Geek is, this looks like a great title. And I mean, the turnaround with sequels nowadays is crazy. It's like 5 years. But I would imagine that they're able to keep a lot of their, you know, the stuff that they had before and just build off of it, you know.
I would hope.
So this, I mean, this 3 years? A 3-year turnaround? That's crazy. That's crazy.
To start getting it out, and then I think right now they're going to be doing the fine tuning and the advertising and the everything, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm big on. I want to say my favorite post-apocalyptic is the Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West.
Right on.
It's unique because you've got all these, like, we made robots to help with things.
Yeah.
And they just went mad. So
I think that's cool. Right on.
Yeah.
Because you can like not corrupt them, but get the corruption out of them and use them for like horses and all that good stuff to ride on.
Yeah. And it's really
cool.
awesome, but it's the heart of the story.
Yeah.
That really gets me.
Right on.
you're talking about Horizon.
Yeah, so I like post-apocalyptic, and we all know I love the horror stuff. So I was actually gaming the other day in a party chat, and one of my buddies had just started playing Resident Evil 3 for the first time in the remake.
That's
and
great.
I was like, oh yeah. So I'm listening to this gameplay, and like all these memories are flashing back because I've already filmed all of that.
Very cool.
I just need to get stuff done. But we know that I've had a bit of a rough summer, so I will be back. I will be back, and videos will be coming soon to finish up that Resident Evil 2 and 3. So
right on.
But yeah, horror and post-apocalyptic, they just sing to me.
Right on. That's good. On that note, let's get into our last trailer, and then after that I'll ask you guys the question. John DBZ, again, thank you so much, sir. You are what do you call it? A scholar and a gentleman.
Yes. And the chat, you guys are just as much part of the show.
Land of opportunities. The committee assures you that the Bajorsk security zone is under total control.
It's under total control.
Zombies?
I feel alive. Oh, he's cleaning it.
By taking advantage of our free will missions program, you will access advanced and reliable equipment.
Did I see him playing music earlier? Or was it my imagination?
Balanced nutrition. Latest
Balanced
technology.
nutrition.
And comfortable living environment. Staying inside the radius offers unmatched benefits. A change can enjoy the pure ecology of the radius, its unique wildlife, and plenty of leisure opportunities.
You can't hear me.
Wow.
Simply follow our guidelines at all times and avoid suspicious encounters. Venture into the radius. Explore the unknown. Become a hero.
Oh my, that's
The
scary.
land of opportunities. You're trapped in forever.
Yeah, no kidding.
That looks like it could also be a horror game.
Oh, it's definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my-
Especially that ominous music.
Yeah.
Man.
yeah.
I can't do VR because I'll throw up everywhere.
Right
but-
on. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
fair.
And actually, it's worse for women. Did you know that?
I didn't know
No.
that.
Yeah. Women have a harder time because our brain chemistry is different.
Mm.
Obviously, we're a different species. But had to get that joke in there. But yeah, for some reason, like the way our minds work, it doesn't process VR the same way that males do. And
Right.
so a lot of females end up sick, actually. That's why VR 2 for the PlayStation was so unique, because in general, they were working on the motion sickness of
Mm.
it all.
Yeah.
And so the PSVR 2 is actually supposed to be so much better as far as that goes. But I'll never play this game because I can't do VR. But it really looks like, I don't know if you feel the same, Fox, but it reminds me of being in the military.
Well,
like,
not that sideways scope action.
No,
he
the
had going.
sideways.
That was
But like
weird.
cleaning the weapons, and then they're like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get to, you know, luxurious home, and you open it up, and it's like really just a shipping container that's your bedroom. You know,
We had tents, especially when I got deployed. We only had tents over there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh no, we had basically, they were shipping containers.
hilarious.
So,
We were
yeah.
on a small fob though. It was a tiny fob.
okay.
So yeah, it was just thrown up. The CBs came through and was just like, all right, here you go.
Yeah, they're like, here's your shelter.
Yeah. Oh, we're we got a bonus trailer.
How'd you survive a sandstorm?
Well, I mean, we were inside. Honestly, to be completely honest with you, I was in the part of Afghanistan that we were in. I didn't really see any sandstorms.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
That's good.
but they
Yeah.
probably happened. I was there for what, 6 months. Sorry, I'm looking at this trailer too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think we saw any.
Gotcha.
Oh, this
What
is
is
the
this?
Silent Hill remake.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Like, I want to pre-order this so bad.
I would go for it if because like
I
with
think I'm going to.
yeah, I've heard really good things. Like people's
all
they
all I
changed.
can say
Yeah, go for it.
is that Silent Hill, like, okay, so we know I'm a Resident Evil girl,
Mhm.
but Silent Hill, it's a whole other ball game because it brings in not just the terror but the psychological terror.
mhm.
Yeah.
And man, like, I remember my brother and I were just like, that's the scariest thing we've ever experienced. Silent Hill. So,
Couldn't make it through. Couldn't do it. Nope.
I can't wait though.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't do well with horror games.
This might be one that I actually have to record myself so y'all can watch me
Right on, yeah.
hilariously scream.
I'll
Freaking
watch you
stream
playing
it.
it, but I'm not touching it.
Stream it.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my controllers go flying. Like, because I'll jump and I'll be like, ah. Oh, I can't wait.
Definitely. It's friggin' you've got a Twitch. I've never heard you talk about Twitch. Do you have
I
a Twitch?
do have a Twitch. I actually haven't put anything on there yet. I've always, Fox, you know, I was afraid to even come on live stream here.
Well, I mean,
So,
even if you didn't, you could just put your voice on there. You know,
Yeah.
if you didn't want to show your face, you could do that.
yeah,
But
I'm
I think
thinking
you
of,
should show
I'm
your
thinking of
reaction.
doing
That would be
some,
hilarious.
I'm thinking of doing some reactions to Silent Hill because my gosh, I just know. I'll be sitting there with like rosaries all around me, looking like I'm in like The Conjuring or something. Like,
It's hilarious. All right, odd. Well, that is all for the trailers. Now to John DVZ's question. Do you think that DLC should be considered for awards at these Game Award shows? Like Game of the Year. Do you think DLC should be considered for Game of the Year?
Independent of the game?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I think if they made a category,
Yeah,
that would be good.
that makes more sense.
There are some DLCs like God of War, Horizon,
Mhm.
like I know it's like Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
It was a whole new game.
Yeah.
Like, you pretty much had like essentially an entirely new game.
Yeah.
And I think for all that work that it definitely deserves recognition.
Very.
But I don't necessarily think that we should be putting it in for Game of the Year.
Okay.
However, you might be able to because they come out like usually those come out like a year or two later.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it should be more like DLC of the year or
Okay.
something like that, like
I'd
another
be totally
category.
okay with that because it's,
Yeah.
it's a separate category.
It is. It is. You know, it's part of that game, but it's a totally different. It's separate from the main story. So I think that
The only exception I would make is, can you play it independently?
Mm-hmm.
If I have to
just
buy
by
the base
yourself.
game,
Yeah.
if I have to buy the
give you that
base
one.
game in order to play the DLC should be considered something separately. But if I can play the DLC independently, then
Okay.
but on its own, no. Just because it's a categorization thing.
So let's add that in there
It's-
then. If you can get the DLC without having to get the base game, do you think it should be considered game of the year, or be considered for game of the year?
I would be more likely to do it that
Okay.
way if
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like a separate entity.
Yeah.
Sure. But I can't see it ever winning just because a DLC doesn't. I mean, you'd have to have a really, really damn good DLC to stack up against a full game.
Yeah. And if they did,
Oh, yeah.
so a lot of people are lauding the DLC from Elden Ring, right? And I think that's where this question kind of originated from, because it's so good, and and people are like, well, and that's where John DBZ got it from, the Elden Ring DLC. It's like, maybe we can consider this game of the year. And so that's great points from both of you guys. As long if you're able to get to it without having to go through the base game, sure, for sure, that is a great point. But like a DLC from Remedy, where they're including a lot of their properties into one game, and it looks ridiculously good. Right? I would want that to be nominated for game of the year if it turns out to be as good as it looks, something like that. And then Elden Ring, obviously, the Tree, things like that, where people absolutely love it. But okay,
I get that.
That's a great point.
When they're longer and stuff like that, like so the only example that's popping in my head right now, like the Tears of the Kingdom, or not Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that DLC, there were two, well, technically three, but the third one was like a more hardcore mode of gameplay.
Okay.
But those DLCs, they were good, and they added to the story. They added to the main story. They really did. However, they were short.
You're right. Now, quick question for you. Would you have needed to play the base game to understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that'd be another
it's kind of like it complemented the story and gave you more understanding.
Cool.
So that was cool. I do like DLCs that do that as well. But for me, like it's those DLCs that are essentially like a whole separate game, a whole separate story.
Yeah.
They might add depth and understanding to the base game, but it's basically its own separate thing.
Yeah.
I can see those like as a game of the year thing, but I think it should be a separate category.
Gotcha.
Versus game of the year, like more like the game DLC of the year or something like that.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I think it would be a really good idea, because the DLCs sometimes they take just as much as a regular game.
Oh yeah, and they're sometimes just as good or better.
Exactly.
Wow,
So I believe they need to get recognition.
Yeah.
Of course. And I would like to see that change come about.
Wouldn't it be hilarious, right? If the base game won game of the year, and then their DLC won best DLC of the year.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be really cool.
Oh my god,
that'd be a really big feather in your cap.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
it would.
Right
but
on. Okay.
I would, and it's also for me, like it's not just like for the gamers' appreciation. It's like for the developers and for all these people that are putting in all this hard work, for a DLC, and they never get that sense of accomplishment or recognition. So I would love to see awards start going to DLCs.
Very cool.
I love to see awards mean something.
Yeah.
Like not just be handpicked and with I don't want. I don't know. I have a problem with the way that awards ceremonies are done. They all kind of feel like rigged, I guess, to an extent. Like only certain people are allowed to compete, and I feel like the categories are just a little too narrow.
I've said for years that we need a Gamer's Choice Award.
Yeah.
We do need that.
Where we all like take the 2024 and 2025 games, or the 2023 and 2024 games, and we all as gamers get on and vote, and that's how the games are in the categories, and then we vote for the winners.
I wouldn't even mind seeing that.
I don't want anybody.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't want any industry professionals in on that period.
Right.
Just because I don't know what their intentions are.
Right. Skew the numbers.
It's a simple matter of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So, dude, let's get into our first peripheral. this one is going to be we talked about No Man's Sky, and they're adding all this new content to No Man's Sky, and it looks freaking fantastic, right? But this one gamer took it upon themselves to recreate a Mario race kart style deal, and it looks absolutely amazing. They did a great job of this. Here, let me see. Minimize that, and then check this out. So this is what they did, and you got the flags and everything, and then the track, and then go down a little bit further. You can actually go through it and see.
Wow.
How creative and great is that? You know, humans are cool. You know, humans are really cool. Like the humans that made the game and the human that put this together. You know, they're pretty cool.
I do like seeing where gamers can create within the game and stuff like that. And you know I was reading something the other day on Fallout. I was skimming it, but it looks like they might be putting in Fallout 76, like you can vote on like the best camp, and it's built by gamers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so it's just kind of cool to see stuff like that. I love that they highlighted this, you know, and like you'll see Animal Crossings people come up with, like, I saw somebody build a whole 7-Eleven, you know, and it's just like that's creative. That's pretty cool, you know. I had somebody else I saw, they created a whole Harry Potter village. And I'm like,
oh, that's dope, man.
How did you end up doing, like, yeah, they even made the Hogwarts Express and everything. And I was just like, why can't I do this online? Like,
lots of time.
Yeah, lots of time.
Lots of time.
Lots of time. So this is
I admit I feel a little bit jealous when I see stuff like this, but at the same time, like I don't have the time to commit to this, and I don't have the patience to commit to this. But I'm glad this person did, because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the most fun parts about this game, for me anyway, was controlling the land-based vehicles. Not the four-wheeler, but the motorcycle one is just so much fun to boot around in.
He said, "Get out of my way." I love it. Oh my goodness.
So this was created by Pleasant Disaster 87. Princess Peach's Castle, a play on Mario's Peach's Castle, is a track that wouldn't look out of place in Mario Kart. This is true. It looks really good. Right on.
Great job.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. Great job. Just great job. Great humans.
Yes.
You guys doing your thing.
I love that creativity.
Me too. It's so cool. Now this one's coming from a University of Tennessee professor. His name's Tori Olson. And he wrote a history book, but through the eyes of Red Dead Redemption 2.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's check this out. Sorry, I keep going back and forth.
Just
Get
didn't
it,
expect to hear that.
Yeah. Here, hold on. What's that? Looks so weird. Maybe I did hit something. Wouldn't try and do that. But University of Tennessee at Knoxville professor's new book tells the story of the Old West through Red Dead Redemption 2 and has become a hit among fans of the video game, as well as with history buffs. This is super cool. We'll get into it. So author Tori Olson is an associate professor at UT and director of the school's graduate studies in history. His book, Red Dead's History of Video Game, An Obsession in America's Violent Past, is an adaptation of his popular class, American History Through Video Games. Oh, shoot, dude. Okay, this would be the kind of class I would love to take.
Your class. Yes. Like, do you have an online class, professor?
So it says Olson's book uses the game as a gateway to analyze historical topics related to each region? Okay. Using the real historical context and sources. This is super cool. This is what it looks like. It says Tori C. Olson, Red Dead's History. Looks really good. And I've played the game, so I'm maybe he goes into different aspects of history. You know, but I played the game. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great historical piece also. So I won't be getting the book. Plus, you know, I'm not much of a reader anyway.
If I get it, I'll just give you the clip notes, bro.
Right on. That's
because
usually,
I'm big on history.
Read a lot of articles,
really
though.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of articles I read in a week probably could equal up to at least half a book. You know, at least that. Yeah. So there is that.
I read books every day because I have found that if I do that, it helps with my dyslexia. So.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps kind of keep it at bay, so it makes things easier for my life.
Very cool. Very cool. Right on. So Nas, what do you think about this one?
I might check this book out. This actually seems really cool.
Yeah, it does seem cool.
And I
I'm not gonna
honestly
lie.
think that, and I'd love to see more of this, video games as a means of teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you look, like, not everybody's like me, but like with Assassin's Creed, like the you're
those
going
would be
through the
perfect,
American
yeah.
Revolution and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like it when I'm looking at games, like I tend to go through and look more into the history of it, or look at, just kind of like when I'm reading, like I know words, but I want to know the exact definition, not just my general understanding of it, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So being able to go through a video game in a class like this has got to be one of the coolest experiences ever.
Oh yeah.
I want
the
the
interactivity of it. The
Yes.
interactivity of it is something that you don't get from a book, something you don't get from watching a film strip. I know I'm really that's a long time ago, but and also not just necessarily. Okay, so earlier, a couple weeks ago, I played a few different games that were all from developers that weren't North America based.
Right.
And some of them had to do with, Scarlet Deer Inn, for example, had to do with Slavic folklore, which I know nothing about.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, teach me. Explain to me what's going on. Let me understand your cultural sensibilities by way of this game. And I didn't really get that. It wasn't really that deep because it was a demo. But still, at the same time, like, why not do this? Why not use this as a vehicle to teach other people from other parts of the world different parts of your own culture, your own folklore? Like, look at Black Myth Wukong, for example. It's another great example of that.
It's great. It's hard, but fantastic.
I haven't been able to get it yet, but I'm.
Oh, it's so good. It's really good.
But I like the idea. I'm honestly in love with the idea of using games as a means of teaching.
Yes.
Because it doesn't feel, I mean, what we were saying earlier, right? If you enjoy your job, you never feel like you work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy what you're learning, you don't feel like you're learning.
Yep. And you learn better.
Yeah.
Like, you retain it. You
This is
retain
true.
it.
You retain it because you want to. You retain it because it's interesting to you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like during
Absolutely.
the Cold War, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3. What? In history class, we were going through the Cold War. I wasn't in the Cold War. I wasn't alive then, but we were going through what was going on, and I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3 at the time, and I was during the same time period, and I learned a lot, about the coups and things and that was going on, and my teacher was surprised. Like, where'd you learn all this? It's like, I play video games, okay?
Right.
That's where I learned all this.
I've had stuff like that happen where people are like, "How did you even know that?" I'm like, "Well, this video game showed me this, and then I went down the rabbit hole on the internet." And
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, how many people decided to learn about Greek mythology after playing God of War?
Exactly. That was the precursor for me.
They probably did. I liked like, I always loved history. My uncle is actually a history teacher, but
right on.
We've got the Greek mythology, Norse mythology, and Egyptian mythology. Like, those are my things. And you would think that Roman was a big thing of mine, considering I'm Italian and Catholic, but it's not. Like,
That's fair.
Roman and Greek are so close to each other. Like, might as well just not.
And that's I feel like that's barely scratching the surface, really, when you think about it, because how much mythology exists outside of, like, North America and Europe.
Yes.
Right.
So much.
How much African mythology are we missing out on? How much Asian mythology are we missing out on? And that along with the food is stuff I want to experience.
Me too. Same. Because I'm a foodie at heart. So
I am too.
That's why I want to go to Louisiana. That's why I want to go to Italy. That's why I want to go to Japan.
I want to go to the village my family's from in Italy. So
that would be super cool.
That, and I've always wanted to see the Vatican.
Yeah. I'm a mutt, so I don't know. It's like this is gonna be if you have, like, soft sensibilities, whatever. Anyway, I was speaking with my wife, and I was like, and she's Irish and German, and
oh, what a temper.
You have no idea. But I was like, what if I find out through, ancestry or something like that I'm Irish, and we turned out to be like distant cousins or something like that. She was like, yeah, let's not even go there.
It's fine once you're like third removed.
It's like you're banned from going to ancestry.com. So yeah, I guess I'll never
That's always
know.
been like the biggest fear. Like I'm always like, what if we check ancestry and find out we're like related? Like
This is totally
Well,
separate. Like, how do you move on from knowing that kind of information?
well, the worst for me is how do the people move on that are like sperm bank people that
Oh yeah.
find out that they're brother and sister and they're
Ooh.
already married?
Oof, that's
Or the people
that's
whose
tough.
results were mixed up with somebody else's.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh lordy.
Oh, all
'Cause
right.
that happens.
I'm sorry. That took a turn for the worst in a bad way. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I brought that on. I apologize. Golly.
Now you've got me just horrified.
I know you should be, because that is scary. That's scary. Ancestry.com. What's that movie? Where he's like H2O.
Delivery Man or something like that. What was that? You're talking about the one where Vince Vaughn basically.
No, it was Adam
I think it's
Sandler.
Vince
He's a
Vaughn
football
movie.
player.
What's that?
God, Waterboy.
Oh, okay.
It's like, that's the devil.
The foolish boss, the devil.
Yeah, Ancestry's the devil. What movie were you talking about, Nas?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was a movie where Vince Vaughn's basically a prolific sperm donor, and I can't remember the title of it. I think it's called Delivery Man or something. I can't remember.
That's hilarious.
I never saw it. I just saw the trailer for it, and I thought this looks stupid.
All right,
But it stuck with me at least it stuck with
yeah.
me enough to at least remember that much of it.
It's just
I just
prolific
remember
sperm
the
donor.
news where
What
like
a
this
title.
guy, this doctor got arrested for like, impregnating like over 600 women with his sperm, and I was just
Whoa.
like, these children are gonna meet, and like,
Yeah, that's you go to jail for that. Sorry, that's an absolutely not, sir. You can't do that. No.
Because I think the only reason they found out is like a half brother and sister like ended up finding out when they were married, and
Shoot,
Oh Lord.
that's
sorry, I just
Do you remember that movie with Jennifer Aniston and he's Paul? No, not Paul. I can't remember. Jason something.
Jason Bateman,
Yes.
and he's the best friend.
Yes.
And the sperm gets spilled, and then he uses his own to replace it.
Yes.
Yes.
You go
Oh
straight to
my
jail. How could you make that into a happy movie? How?
I don't know.
It's like
Laugh track.
Yeah.
Upbeat music.
I don't know.
Upbeat
It was
music.
crazy.
Yeah, it's like you find out that is a serious betrayal.
That is a huge violation
Yeah.
of trust.
Yes.
And, oh, jeez.
And they made it into like some kind of rom-com. It's like
I know, not
Okay.
me. I'd be like throat punching somebody.
throat punch him and then call the police. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this guy's a deviant of
Yeah.
proportions unseen by man.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. All right.
I-
On that note, oof, oof.
So back to video games.
Yes, we're gonna get into Phil Spencer's comments about Xbox not being so much about exclusives anymore. We're gonna get into that real quick. And so this one's coming from IGN, and where's the pin? Wesley Yin Pool. He's the one that pinned it. And sorry that I didn't get it for the last couple. They were really interesting articles, and I feel bad for that. So he says our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been. So I look at it and say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. And then he continues, and we run a business. It's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of the delivery we have to give back to the company. Because you did spend like $70 billion, because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing, and we're able to go do. So I look at this. How can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow on console, on PC, and on cloud. it's just going to be a strategy that works for us. So in my opinion, he's plainly saying this strategy is working for them, so they're going to continue putting their games on other platforms, mainly PlayStation. And I mean, we know that Xbox is, their mantra is play at any time, anywhere. So
which is a great one. Like, it should be that way.
Yeah, but for the Xbox,
on any device.
Yeah, but for the Xbox gamers, this feels like a betrayal because of and we've talked about this for like tons of weeks, just weeks and weeks and weeks. It's like, I want to say Xbox gamers were probably in denial, with the information that was laid out in front of us. We knew that this was going to happen, but Xbox gamers were like, no, this is going to happen. And then a hiccup happened, and they were putting 4 games on PlayStation, and then all hell broke loose. They were like, this is such a betrayal. You had videos coming out of people saying they were going to get rid of their Xbox and things like that. I think that's what Phil was afraid of, but I think lying about it, he wasn't lying so much.
He was probably trying to appease and backtrack, but then realized that for the sake of the company, he really needed to stick this out.
Right.
But like I had mentioned a couple weeks ago, like Phil Spencer, even before the Series X and S came out, said that if this one isn't successful, they're going to get out of the console business. And those were his words. He said them. And while I think, yes, you should still do something to make consoles or give an option and keep that competition up. Yeah. Him making these games and making them available on multiple platforms is what's going to bring in way more money.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, that's unavoidable, especially with the way that their consoles are selling. The whole industry is hurting right now. The economies around the world are in a slump. But they only sold, at the last numbers that I saw, 29 million consoles versus PlayStation's like 60 million. You know what I mean? So they're lagging far behind.
Yeah, PlayStation and Nintendo are leaps and bounds in front of them.
He hasn't really done anything to justify why people made a smart decision in buying an Xbox console.
Right.
Still hasn't. He's just kind of glossing over that fact. You notice in his statement, though, he mentions console a couple of times, just throws that word in there. So we're not just talking about Game Pass. We haven't forgotten about console. We're not doing anything special for you, but console, just so people don't feel like they're forgotten. But they are. For all intents and purposes, they are. This is him having a bit of a mask off moment and being a bit more honest about it, though. He's like, look, this is the way we're going. You're just going to have to get used to it.
100%, yes. They do have new consoles coming out. The refreshes, not their S version, but they do have like a Series X version that is all digital, right? They have that coming out too. So just a couple things, right? So
I can't wait to see the sales figures for that.
Exactly right. That's exactly where I was going with that. So how are they going to sell consoles if you don't have a guarantee to that to be exclusive? That, I mean, it's, people say that exclusives don't sell consoles. That's BS. That is not. Yeah, exactly.
Look at what's going on in China with PS5 right now with Black Myth Wukong. You are selling out because so many people are buying the console to play that game.
That's right.
It is. It's nuts to say that it's not.
Yeah. Oh, quick note on that. Somebody did make a really good point. Like with the Chinese mythology being brought into like pop culture like this, it stands to reason a lot of Chinese people would get this game, and their population is like 1 billion or more, right? So it makes sense that those numbers would be
population of the world,
right? So those numbers would be huge, absolutely massive. So it could be like a large portion of Chinese people making those numbers inflate, not in a artificial way, but it could be mainly Chinese people that are playing this game, and there are a lot of So that is a good point. But I mean, it's also the fastest selling first player game of all time. It's great.
I don't think they're going to get rid of exclusives 100% because they're trying to still sell consoles. So there's that.
How can you trust it though?
Right.
How can you, I mean, when they say, "Oh, this is going to be exclusive on Xbox," like Indiana Jones was, how do you believe them?
I
Right.
think they'll eventually put them all out on other
Yeah, they flat out lied
consoles.
about that one.
and
Yeah.
and then you've got, well, I think they meant to keep it as an exclusive, but they realized, hey, we spent $70
Yeah.
billion.
They saw the
and we're-
figures from the 4 games they
Yeah.
put on PlayStation. They were like, we can't. We've
Yeah.
opened Pandora's box.
All
There's
they
no
saw
going
was
back now.
greed.
Yeah, really.
But I mean, people, if they did it in that way, like we've talked about before, where
Yeah.
you do an exclusive and then it's like 6 months or a year later you get it on this console.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I had a lot of people that only had Nintendo Switches
Mhm.
and they were considering buying other consoles in order to play Hogwarts Legacy
Oh yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially when they kept pushing the PS4 and Xbox One and,
Yeah.
and Nintendo Switch back further and further and further.
Yeah. Yep.
You're gonna have those people that don't want to wait,
Mhm.
so they're gonna buy those consoles and they're gonna still play on there. And then you've got the people that are gonna be stubborn and be like, "No, it's Xbox all the way. I'll never be
Mhm.
Pony."
Yeah.
You know. um,
Oh my gosh.
so I think they're counting on that strategy too. But they also, I mean, the people that threw a fit
Yeah.
just hearing about it and like breaking their Xboxes and selling them and putting videos out about it, like
Mhm.
it was insane. I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm a hardcore gamer and even I wouldn't do that. Like
Yes. Yeah.
I definitely feel like, why the hell did I buy into this platform?
Yeah. That was.
If I could have spent a bit more money, waited a bit more, maybe get a PS5, be able to play all of these games that Xbox has got that are supposedly exclusive, and then some.
Yeah.
It's just, if people had known that this was going to be the intention, you would have seen even fewer
Mhm.
people buying Xboxes.
Yeah.
well, for me, I can get it on PC because it's on Xbox.
Yeah.
So why should I buy an Xbox when
That's-
I have to have a PC anyway?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But for everybody else, it's a bait and switch.
Exactly. they
I-
just straight up lie, dude.
I mean,
if-
I
if
agree.
I'm
I
not
would be
mistaken.
mad.
Yeah.
I'd be mad. I'd be like, seriously, Phil?
Oh.
WTF? Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna catch these hands?
Hell, I am mad.
Yeah. For the
I
gamers.
am mad, and I don't have an Xbox.
Right.
Yeah.
In the absolute corn kernel on that crap Sunday is if they stop selling
That
consoles.
visual.
I know, sorry. If they stop selling consoles, we know this is going to affect gamers negatively because they'll have to pay more for the PlayStation because they'll be like the only show in town, you know.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's a whole mess of spaghetti that's going on right now. If they would,
I don't know that PlayStation's gonna rack their price up just because they're the only one. I mean, I could see it happening because companies are greedy. But I think that considering what they put into them, the prices are actually pretty
right on.
consistent.
Yeah, I mean they go by the lost lead strategy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they all still do that. They lose money on
Yeah.
their consoles and they make it up with their games.
Yeah.
I'm
So
pretty sure they still do that.
I'm
Not
sure.
100%.
I'm sure. No, don't rip that. My microphone. Jeez,
poor
kitty
baby.
cat.
Oh,
He's like, I want to rub against your microphone so bad. Say hello to everyone. But
Mhm.
I do think that it's gonna I think that it's like $100 less for an Xbox, isn't it? Or
I
something
think
like
they
that, or
came out around the
$50
same
less.
price. I think you might be right about that. As a matter of fact, let me not.
I think it's 50 to 100 more. So yeah, they will be paying more, but at the same time, like, to me personally, other than Game Pass, like, I don't see a benefit to buying Xbox. I'm not saying that there's not one, but my preference is PlayStation, and I'm loving their graphics. I'm loving everything that I
Oh,
get
yeah.
on it.
The
I
only way
love
that
the
I can
fact
see,
I love the fact that I can record as much as I want instead of a 30-second clip only.
yeah.
Right.
The only way I could see that this
Straight
new
on my
console, the new digital console doing well, is if the price point is significantly lower than a
They're gonna have
PlayStation
to.
5.
They're gonna have to do that. But to answer
Otherwise,
that
I don't know
question,
how you sell that.
you can't, especially not in this economy. But both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, they came out at $499.99. Now, the all digital option for PlayStation 5 came out at $399, and the Series S came out at $299. So they were
Okay, so it was 100 apart.
Yeah.
Because people were going for the digital because it was cheaper.
Yeah, that's the reason I got mine all digital.
Yeah.
I'm running
I
out of space.
got disc because I've got too many PlayStation 4 games I still want to play.
Yeah, 100%. And if PlayStation, if they do want to keep momentum going, they're going to have to release new games on PlayStation 4 because they have a massive consumer base on PlayStation 4. You know,
Absolutely.
I want to say how many? It's like 114 million. If I'm not okay. No, again,
Something like that. But you know, another downfall was that you couldn't do an external hard drive for anything but PS4 games on the PS5. You had to get an internal SSD. It's easy to upgrade, but for the first year, that feature wasn't even available on PS5s. So it was an extreme disadvantage to have the all digital if you got a lot of games, like a lot of us with that huge backlog of games that we all still have to play. So
Oh God, yeah.
and
I still have games on my PS4 that I haven't played yet.
yeah, 118 million PlayStation 4s on. Oh, nope, never mind. That's not. Where are you, dude?
I know most of my friends that I game with are on PS4.
Right on. Dope.
You know, and my son he religiously plays the PS4.
Yeah. So
Mostly 'cause I
PlayStation 4
won't let
still
him
has
touch my
120
PS5.
million active users. Right on. Okay, so their consumer base is still huge. It's
Yes.
double what the PlayStation 5 is.
Mhm.
So, and with consoles, you know, not selling as much nowadays, they might not see PlayStation 4 numbers again. So,
Imagine how much different that number could be if there wasn't an issue with supply.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was about to
dude.
say the supply issue was horrid, and
woo. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
crazy to see. Oh man. I know they're like sitting in their chairs up around their big executive table, are like, what could have been? What could have
Mhm.
been?
yeah, they need to
How
plan.
can we
better
make
for the
more
6.
money?
They need to plan way better for the 6.
Well, I mean, shoot, man, that supply chain issue it disrupted everything.
It was worldwide.
Yeah.
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 You know,
Oh,
my
yeah.
brother is in printing, and I remember them not being able to get materials.
Yeah. Yeah. It
You
was
know,
bad.
I remember when Horizon Forbidden West came out, I bought the game guide, the collector's edition,
Mhm.
and it got pushed back 4 times
Wow.
before I was finally able to get it, and it was because of the supply issues.
Mhm.
I was pretty heated, but I like having those books because I get to look at the pretty pictures and see like inside things. And I don't
Yeah.
necessarily use them to play the game. And with that instance, I wouldn't have been able to use it to play the game anyway. I was done by the time I got it. But yeah, I mean, the supply issues are really, really bad. But
Mhm.
they need to contract with
Mhm.
someone,
Yeah.
and they need to have penalties if they don't meet that demand.
Holy
You
crap.
know, written within the contract,
Yeah.
and they need to plan way better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just because like it wasn't really. What do you got to go to your governments and be like, hey, we got to get this stuff out, or you know, you'll be stuck with this bill. It's like you shut us down and we can't get our product out, and we get a penalty. You're going to be paying that tab. You know what I mean? It's like, but again, like, I don't know. It's a global pandemic. I don't know. It's hard. That one's hard.
Yeah, I would look into every way of putting that in my contract.
Yeah.
If you don't meet this demand by this time,
Yeah.
then
Other than a global pandemic, yes.
yes. And that did hurt all of the games.
Oh yeah.
It helped and hindered all at the same time.
Oh, it helped a lot of these online stores, Amazon, Walmart. A lot of the ones that they were deemed essential, they made buku bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks.
Well, they gained a ton of users, players.
That too, yeah.
Gaming went up a lot.
Mhm.
It wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily yes, it helped console sales to a degree.
Oh yeah.
Because some people needed consoles, so they had something to do.
Yeah.
But the ones that had consoles started buying all these new games
Mhm.
and games that they wouldn't normally do.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why we got that huge hiring thing and the huge firing thing and
Yeah.
all the consequences and stuff. You can't you can't expect people to stay gaming all the time when they have to go back to work.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was this.
Yeah, it was. They dropped the ball in a massive way.
Yes.
And everyone who thought that was a good idea should have been fired.
I
But
agree.
apparently, CEOs,
Wholeheartedly.
you've got to commit murder to get fired from a CEO position.
I'm
Is
pretty sure
absolutely
even
No,
that.
silly.
you have to do
even
something
that-
far worse than that. You have to do something far worse. You have to not make money.
Mhm. You have to lose a ton of money, is what it is.
What's
Just not make money, but you have to lose it by doing something.
I mean, Darth
what's
Lars
one
is still
life
up
or
there.
two in the when you compare against like lower dividends? Come on,
It's
that's
true.
the
They
real
could
crime.
katana somebody in the chest in the middle of a board meeting,
Mhm.
and as long as like they got an updated sales total
Yeah,
that
if it
showed
makes the numbers go up,
progress,
then
yeah,
find
they'd
a way
be
to sleep
like,
at night.
it's fine. Just have the fixer and the cleaner come in here, and we'll be
Yeah,
good. You know,
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
your husband ran off to the Caribbean, and you'll never be seen again. But he's really in our.
Just use
incentive.
club soda on the blood; it'll be fine.
Okay.
On
That was quite a
note,
deviation.
Well, I'm not suggesting that these board meetings involve taking human lives.
it's true. Don't bring a katana to your board meeting, guys.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, because security probably have guns. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. That's for sure. Everybody knows that, right?
Guns jam.
They do. I mean, you can at least throw it at them afterwards. You know.
Yeah, while I'm laying on the ground with a bullet wound.
Well, I mean, just don't get shot.
There you go.
You know, hide behind something.
Oh, honey.
Cover. Yeah, you gotta have cover. Always see cover. I'm up,
I mean,
they
we
see me,
need-
I'm down.
Hey, listen,
I
I've
know,
played
we
a
always-
video game or two. I
We
know how
always
to.
seek cover. I mean, I know how to clear a room and do all that
Hmm.
urban warfare stuff. It's just getting my body to move like it should.
Yeah.
Since I'm a disabled veteran, so you know, I mean, if you see me trying to run somewhere, y'all better run. Like it means
That's good
something's
advice.
coming.
Okay,
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
I'll remember that.
All right. On that note, let's move into our other article. God of War and them signaling that, or Santa Monica, them signaling that they're going to be making another God of War entry. Very cool.
I am excited. I like God of War.
Yes. So new God of War game underway. Gosh, as developer continues hiring spree. This is by Game Central, and it is. Oh, okay. Published by Game Central. All right. Nobody's taking credit for it. So up here it says, perhaps it doesn't seem much of a surprise to know that Santa Monica Studios is making a new God of War game, considering the overwhelming success of the last two entries. But every rumor so far has been pointing at the next game being a new sci-fi franchise. So as far as I know, they have, along with this God of War, they have another one that they're working on. We don't know what that one is yet. And yes, this is only a rumor, but they are signaling. And when, see a signal, kind of let's follow that through line to where, anyway, the specific role is for a senior combat designer, hero, and also requires someone that can speak to and discuss in-depth hero combat system mechanics and enemies in one or more third-person melee action RPGs. Most of the wording for the job is identical to a similar role advertised in April, so either they never filled it or they need more people with the same skills. Either way, they don't seem to care that it gives away what they're working on, but it's strangely common for job ads in the games industry. Similar ads at Sucker Punch, oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima 2, are the only real evidence that they're currently working on Ghost of Tsushima 2, with the only question being whether the games are full sequels to smaller spin-offs akin to Spider-Man Miles Morales for Insomniac. Great game, by the way. Both are. But yeah. So yes, I guess at the top of this, it's not clickbait, but it is a rumor that they are coming out with a God of War, continuing the God of War story in the.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors that it's going to be set in Egypt, especially because once they release that DLC at Christmas, wonderful Christmas present to us, by the way, PlayStation and Santa Monica. Like one of the scenes, you can actually kind of see pyramids.
Oh, get out. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that he went through Egypt to get to the Norse. So maybe he'll go back there, because there was some kind of comic book that came out when the 2018 God of War came out, and apparently he was in Egypt, and someone was leading him through to the Norse realm. So
Yeah.
that could be.
That would be cool.
Hold up.
I don't know if that's canon.
Sorry, I have questions here because I haven't played a God of War game and I can't remember. But what's going on? What's he doing? Is he just going around like beating up all the gods now?
Yes,
Like,
he
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's basically
He's
like
out for revenge.
Christian Bale's character in the last Thor movie, where he's the God Killer. Is that his deal?
Yeah,
Is that
basically.
Kratos'
Yeah,
deal now?
kinda.
Holy crap, that's a great comparison. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's
I
not.
didn't know that.
He's not on. So he went to the Norse realm to kind of lay low, to hide away, to run. He's running away from his past, basically, and he just wanted to be left alone. He found him a wife in the Norse realm, and she was a giant, and apparently he was foretold by the giants to come there, and so she set him on a path to take out the Norse pantheon because they were corrupt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so now,
So he's like
Well,
a
didn't
mercenary
they
that
kill
only
his
takes
wife
out
too?
gods.
Didn't they kill his wife too?
Huh?
Didn't the gods kill his wife too?
She
Or no?
died. I want to say, I don't know what she died from, but no
just
gods were
remember her
involved
being
with that. It's as far
Okay.
as I know. Yeah,
I just remember her being dead. And
Mhm.
it's not happening.
yeah,
And my favorite is boy.
yeah.
Like, I started calling my son boy all the time after playing that game. I was like, sorry, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
I'm like, you've got no name now. You're just
But-
boy.
Like as far as he was kind of coerced into taking on the Norse pantheon, he was totally content just staying in his house and teaching his son how to hunt and defend himself and things like that, right? And so what it seemed like, he was kind of getting them ready in case gods had came to his doorstep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was
Interesting.
definitely
I had no idea.
good. Right
Because
on.
you guys were talking about like, oh, he's going to Egypt. I'm like, wait, what? Why?
All right.
They're-
So
they'd have
after
to break that one into
Resident
the-
Evil,
Yeah.
I'll record those God of Wars,
Mhm.
and you can check them out.
But as far as why he would go to Egypt, no idea. They'd have to make a compelling story. The story for the Norse one was really, really freaking good. So how they get him to Egypt, I have no idea, or any other world for that matter.
All right.
Yeah.
That's. I still have tons more questions, but I'll try and
Yeah.
figure it out later on.
I think
Maybe I need to do a playthrough.
Yeah,
I have to go back and start from the beginning.
I mean,
Oh boy.
the Norse one is kind of its own thing, man. If you've played the ones where he was, taking out all the Greek
first
gods,
three, yeah.
this one's
This is
different. It feels
Way,
different.
way.
Yeah.
So, is there any carryover from that story-wise?
There are some.
Characterization-wise?
A little.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
I mean,
that
yeah,
would
yeah.
make me want to start all the way from the beginning, which is not a problem.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a problem I don't have the games. I guess
Well,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
The thing is that the 2018 God of War was a total reboot
Yeah.
Oh,
for the universe, but it still kept its ties to the originals because
yeah.
that's where it came from.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
it was created to be a reboot to the series, so
okay.
there's that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some callbacks and everything like that, but I think they're on. I think you can get them like if you have like a PlayStation 3 or something like that. You can probably get them there because I know I played them on PlayStation 3.
All right. I'll have to. I'm guessing they're not on Steam.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Oh, that is
God of
I'll check
War.
right now.
There's one game called God of War. It was released 2022. This isn't the reboot, is it?
No. Yeah.
2022. Gods of Olympus.
I
Years
think they did a
Behind.
remaster.
No, this is the Norse one.
Yeah. It was because the one came out in 2018, and Ragnarok, I want to say, came out in 2022. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. I don't remember.
Original God of War trilogy is rumored to be getting remastered.
Very cool. Oh my god. That's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Maybe I'll just wait then.
I think
Right
it
on.
will
Yeah,
come. It will probably come to
PlayStation 4, probably.
PS4.
For sure.
I think I'll just wait. It's not like I don't have enough games to play as it is now.
No.
I know that backlog, man. The backlog is
jeez.
huge.
So many. these
I
days.
found a game that still was in the cellophane the other day. I was like, "Oh, I forgot about you."
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the game?
I don't even remember.
Oh, right on.
But I do know that when I got God of War Ragnarok, I got it on launch day,
Mhm.
and I remember coming home and being like, "Okay, I need to finish Valhalla real quick," and I put it in my top drawer.
Yeah.
And then, like, months later, I like saw it in the drawer, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's great.
Like, and it was still in the cellophane. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
But like,
yeah. It's
I
like
wanna say-
Valhalla is a huge undertaking, right?
oh
So,
yeah,
yeah,
like
no, I
I
get
I
that.
honestly still need to finish the DLC.
There you go.
But I started playing other things and doing my YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes,
so
that still time just got away from you. That's
it really
understandable.
did.
For sure.
That happens.
Oh yeah. On that note, let's head over to Hi-Fi Rush being scooped up. Well, not Hi-Fi Rush, but Tango Gameworks being scooped up by Crafton Inc. When I say Crafton Inc., the cheese company comes into my mind. Crafts
For
cheese.
crafts, yeah.
Yeah. So not the Crafts one, the Korean-based freaking publisher, right? So let's get into that one. Really interesting stuff. So this one is coming from Windows Central, being pinned by Jez Corden over there. So I start. Okay, nope, don't remember. All right, here we go. Yes, okay. So Tango Gameworks will live on as Microsoft has reached an agreement with publisher Krafton to maintain the studio. Krafton Inc., known for games like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG, has fully acquired Tango Gameworks from Xbox, as well as the rights to recent action hit Hi-Fi Rush. Now, it is it's been established that they only got Hi-Fi Rush. They don't have any claim to Evil Dead, or what was that other one?
Evil Within
Evil Within. Sorry,
Evil
when I say
Within,
and
yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Thank you. So don't
Which
have any
those
rights
two-
to those.
Those two games were really, really good too.
They looked really good. I know. Didn't
The Evil Within was great, and that makes me sad. I was really hoping there would be another one when you were
Right
talking
on.
to me about this before the show.
I want to say they have 1 and 2. I think Hi-Fi Rush
Yeah, they
did
had
go
1 and
to.
2.
Yeah, right on. Okay. Ghostwire Tokyo was on PlayStation also. Those
Yes.
Hi-Fi Rush, and I saw Ghostwire Tokyo on the game store, PlayStation game store. So yeah. Anywho's where was I? Microsoft announced that it would close Tango Gameworks earlier this year. This we know, but I guess to take away from this, they're going to a very successful company in Krafton Inc. And so I don't think they're gonna have any issues, and a very awesome, fairy tale ending to all of this. They were able to hire back all the people that had been let go from Tango Gameworks. So that is
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, did they actually? Sorry, did they say they hired them all back, or they were intending to? Because it's 2 months. I mean, people might have moved on.
I want to say they hired them all back. As a matter of fact, thank you, Nas. Here we go. Here, Krafton Inc.
It said Tango and its employees have now found salvation in Krafton, which just recorded record sales of £788.9 million,
Whoa.
which would be 1 billion US, and operating profits of £369.2 million during the first half of the fiscal year. And said, despite the apparent success of the studios, Microsoft chose to torch it
Why?
alongside others like other ZeniMax subsidiaries, including Arcane Austin and Alpha Dog Games.
Okay.
And yeah, so which is all results of that nice deal that they did. But yeah, it says that they've helped like with the developers. Some of them might have moved on, you're right, But I think what they're doing is reaching out to everybody and giving them a choice to either come back from wherever they went to or take them back because they haven't found anything yet. Because that many people getting laid off, and the fact that there's already tough competition within the industry for that, they might have had to take lower positions and lower pay, or they might still just be sitting at home trying to find something.
Yeah. So this this is coming from IGN. It says around 50 of 100 Tango Gameworks staff moving over to Krafton. It says journalist Stephen Totillo said on X that Krafton Public Relations told him the company plans to transfer approximately 50 development staff from Tango Gameworks to Krafton's Japan subsidiary. Transfer staff will continue to work on new projects, including the expansion of Hi-Fi Rush IP at Krafton. Now, yeah, okay.
I wonder why they didn't get the Evil Within.
Yeah, that's those
and
two
stuff like that. Like you know, because those were highly popular games.
I don't know about the sales though. Like they were popular. It's kind of like how
yeah, I think you hinted on it. It could be that they saw the most opportunity for Hi-Fi Rush to be monetized. Because
yeah.
this is Krafton we're talking about, and monetization is how they made $1 billion. Like, well, not exclusively, but a big part of it. So maybe they didn't see the same opportunity with Ghostwire Tokyo or Evil Within. They thought
maybe they had good sales, but not like Hi-Fi.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Which okay, I mean that sucks, but I wonder if those other IPs are available to be purchased if somebody else wants to pick them up and do something with them.
Because I mean, if Xbox is going to let Tango Gameworks go, it would seem prudent to me to just sell them off so other people can, you know.
We asked this at the time. Why didn't they just? Were they not able to sell the studio?
Yeah. That's I don't know. That was or you know, make them independent again. You know, release them back to give them their independence again.
Well, I mean, actually, they were under Bethesda before Microsoft.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I mean, technically they weren't. But yeah, I guess Xbox still owns those two IPs.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, like, did they keep the IPs because they're wanting one of their other studios to take over it?
They do. I mean, they kind of lends, like, Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. It kind of lends themselves to what Xbox is making over there, you know.
Yeah.
I would have thought when they announced the closure of Tango Gameworks, they would say these IPs are going to be handled by this group and this group, just to assure customers that maybe the games that they really enjoyed are still going to live on in some way. It's kind of putting a silver lining around that cloud.
Yeah.
Right. We're closing the studio, but your favorite projects are going to live on in these studios. They're going to take it over now.
I think that would
have softened
the blow.
They just said it's gone. It's done.
Yeah. I think that would have given them a little bit of a better landing. They crashed and burned on that announcement. Seriously,
they lost a lot of goodwill.
Yeah, yes, they did. All right.
Especially with Mr. Booty saying later on, "Yeah, we need games that win awards."
That's a bad booty right there. Bad booty.
It is a bad booty. That booty needs smacked.
Yes. Mr. Booty.
Need a spanking, booty.
Yeah.
Bad booty.
Bad
That's funny.
booty.
Oh my gosh.
I can see Scotty making that into a clip. Dang it.
Clip it. All right, so let's get into the rest of the comments. I just have a few, but it's, you know, worth getting in there. Let's see. All right. It looks a bit like Remnant 2. I want to say, I don't know which one he's referring to. It's definitely one of the trailers. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Chernobyl 2? Definitely let us know on that one, John DBZ. The next one.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Because it's also like a horror post-apocalyptic type thing.
Right on. Cool. Very cool. John DBZ, Elden Ring DLC is only able to play with the base game, so my point of view was next to Wukong and everything else in the year to be out to say here's award for the best game of the year to DLCs sound odd. Yeah. Right on. Okay.
It does sound odd. Like I said, I think it would make a really great category.
Right.
to be added to the Game Awards, and I think that would also get us better DLCs.
Right on. Yes.
So
Yeah, right on. John DBZ, Geek said it perfectly with the God of War DLC, because if it does count, it will be a replay of the last awards with only 2 games winning everything.
Yeah.
What if we
All
change this
games
award?
Final Fantasy were just like, everybody step back.
Why
Here
don't
I am.
We could just all put this under another award that we give in our fictional award ceremony and just call it Best Developer.
Okay. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Mhm.
Although I do think that they have a developer award.
No, I'm talking about
I don't
our.
know
I'm
about
talking about our
Best
theoretical fictional.
Yeah.
Oh, our Gamer's
Ceremony.
Choice Awards.
Shoot. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
a Gamer's Choice Awards and a
I like
Casual
that.
Crew Awards.
So Nas, you are specifically tasked for the indies, dude.
Yeah.
That is gonna be your.
Okay, I'll
You-
need a
you
team.
get-
There's just
you
so
get-
many.
Yes, but you can have Beerus.
Yeah.
For retro,
shoot.
sure.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
you and Beerus will do Retro Developer of the Year
mhm.
and Retro Game of the Year.
We'll talk about like which Mega Man X is the best, and I think we'll both agree on 4.
Yes. Okay.
X4, I mean.
Scotty, Fox crapping on Xbox again. How's it doing that? I'm just
It's
letting
not
you
really
know what's
crapping
going
on it when you're just calling a spade a
wasn't
spade.
doing that. He was just pointing out that
That's hilarious. Oh, Scotty.
that Xbox is just got some things going on.
Yeah,
that-
they got
yeah,
some
that's
serious
it.
things they need to work out.
Don't try to start crap. You're not even here today.
Yeah,
It's not.
he's
It's not about
he's
starting
being
crap.
funny.
It's about keeping. It's about
Oh,
keeping
you
the
hush,
crappy
Nas.
things. It's about keeping the crappy things that they've done in memory, so we don't just forget about it and
That's
let
true.
them continue with the same pattern. It sucks.
Mhm.
People that, like
Yeah.
I said, people that invested in Xbox should be pissed, and they shouldn't
Mhm.
forget about it.
Mhm, mhm.
If there's no mea culpa, if there's no restitution
You say
given
Maya, I
by
say Mia Copa.
me, same. Okay, well, same thing.
No,
But if there's-
it's just funny because I say things so sometimes really differently than people.
Mhm, mhm.
It's the
funny.
words that matter, not how we say them.
I'm fine. I don't know why you're yelling at me, Nas. I want a divorce.
This is me yelling.
No.
Alright, this is good.
That's the cutest
I
thing.
love it.
If I ever heard you yell, I'd probably cry
Yeah, no kidding.
because your
boom
voice
behind that
is
voice
so,
is
like, yeah, like your voice is so happy. Like,
So reined in.
have you been on his streams when he's playing Mega Man? Stop scratching and shaking my computer. Have you seen him on his streams when he's like reading it out? And I'm just like, I told him last time, I was like, you need to narrate some books. I would buy every single one of them.
It's like butter on warm pancakes. It's
I'm
lovely.
telling you. And
Absolutely
hot
lovely.
syrup, warm syrup too.
I don't do well with compliments. Stop it.
I know, sorry.
I'm not complimenting you. I'm complimenting your voice.
Okay, I'll pass that along
Okay, thank you.
because it's a completely separate entity.
Well,
just work in
it's
tandem.
payback for your compliment that you gave me earlier.
Right on. That's hilarious.
Okay, I understand. I can't give compliments, otherwise I'll expect to get them back. All right.
That's right.
From now on, I'm just spitting facts.
Here,
Dang it.
this next one. John DBZ, the God of War in Egypt is a new story, and the other thing is a maybe Loki thing, but it's big maybe. Now, all cards on the table. I would not play an Atreus-led game. I'm not that interested in Atreus' story, you know.
I'm not either. It's Kratos for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the character or the story itself?
Both.
Because he's going through. He had his coming of age whenever he was in the second one with Ragnarok. He's coming of age, but his skill set just it doesn't interest me, you know. So any story he's going to be involved in, to me, is just not going to be as interesting.
He's no God of War.
Yeah, it's like Kratos. He sees a wall, and he just smashes right through it. Atreus, he's got to climb it. He just doesn't have the just raw strength that his dad does, you know. But I mean, that kind of speaks to, you know, like if I had to choose
I mean,
a
he's
superpower,
like a
it'd be-
demigod, though, right?
He is, which is weird. But like,
You would
know,
think as a coming of age, he would have gotten something better.
superhuman strength,
Yeah.
you know, to go along with it. But to be honest with you, like, even like most of the Greek mythology, they were strong, super strong, but some of the Norse ones weren't. You know,
Yeah.
like what's the one who can see your moves, and he has like gold teeth. I can't remember his name. He was great though. And then Fig,
I know what you're talking about.
or Freya, you know, she didn't have super strength either, but she was, you know, she could keep up with, not keep up with, but you know, she could tell she had superhuman strength.
She
you know.
had something, but like really, what was she gonna do? Get Kratos pregnant?
What?
Get Kratos pregnant?
Because she's
That's a neat power.
She's a what?
She's a fertility god too.
Oh.
And a god of biology, it
That's
seems.
great. That's great. That's freaking fantastic. I didn't know that. Freya, you dirty girl, you.
I'm just imagining a pregnant Kratos.
Couldn't you imagine though? Like it probably wouldn't even show through those abs. Come
Do you
on.
remember that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he had a serum
Oh,
that could
Junior.
Yes, Junior.
get, dude?
Yeah.
That was
It'd
hilarious.
be just like that.
Oh man.
He's certainly got the size to play Kratos, I think.
Yeah.
Just cocaine.
Cocaine.
Conan the Barbarian.
Cocaine the Barbarian. Oh, I want to see that. I don't even know what it is, but I want to see that.
It's similar to Cocaine Bear.
Coked out barbarian lord.
Yeah, that's
Imagine,
hilarious.
oh man. Oh, here we go. So somehow through some experimentation, a like 20 kilos of cocaine somehow winds up in like pre-medieval times, like the time of barbarians, and this barbarian lord finds it and he starts consuming it, and it gives him like what he thinks are superpowers.
Yeah.
And then he dominates all of like Europe.
Just goes on a rampage.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
interested
listen to
in
that
seeing
voice. Listen to that voice. That was a commercial right there.
I'm interested
Oh,
in seeing that
Jesus.
movie.
Like,
I want to see that movie.
don't
I
jeez.
do too. I don't know anything about it, but I'm kind of
We need a writer,
It's like I
guys.
just made this up. I don't know anything about this movie. I've never seen
you
it.
take a slip of the tongue and you could just turn it into a story. That's
Mhm.
I do that all the time. Every time I mess up words, I'm like, I'm thinking about what I just said, and it's like, oh, that's
It's like
actually an interesting
ADHD.
combination.
Or ADD. I like
Yeah,
that. I like
which
that.
is me.
Just kind of you don't remember how you got there. You get to the end of it and it's like, whoa, what the hell was I even talking about to start this conversation?
That's because there's 20 tangents that are interwoven and crossing and
Yeah.
like also just going by each other, not necessarily intersected. Like I'll tell a story. I'm sure y'all have noticed it, but I'll be on a story and then suddenly pop to something else.
Mm.
And then
Oh,
pop
yeah.
to something else, and then eventually it'll circle back around to the original thing.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
the-
happens. I
that's
do
why
that
I
all
have
the
to
time.
write scripts.
That's
I
my ADHD brain right there.
It drives me nuts when I'm streaming and I'm like I'm on a tangent and I'm playing the game at the same time, and then something happens and I never finish that thought. I have to try and actively remember what the hell I was talking about, and I'm about 40% successful.
Oh man, yeah, it's
Yeah.
brutal.
Mhm.
John DBZ, the voice of God of War, was in the TV show Stargate series, so was very heavy
Mike
on
Judge,
Egypt.
yeah.
That's very true. So that's
Mhm.
why the choice is easy. He did that TV show for a long time. Yeah.
Wait, God, what's that?
Mhm.
Yeah, Mike
Stargate?
Judge. Look him up.
Yeah.
He
Oh, Teal.
Stargate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
the voice actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was great.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. His voice.
And they
is-
were mad at him
Mm.
for saying that the Call of Duty campaign was short.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
It
what
was. He was
it
just speaking truth.
But it was hilarious. I was all for Mike Judge in that one. It was too short. I would have
Yeah.
been mad paying
yeah.
$70 for that Call
Yeah.
of Duty game.
It's like you should be able to criticize them when they do not good stuff. That's what he was
Mhm.
doing. And everybody's like, oh, for grabbing their pearls. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. It's like, okay, calm down.
Do you
He's
have a
speaking
problem
truth.
with what he said, or is it just that he's the one saying it?
Yeah. He works in the
Probably
industry.
so.
He's complaining about the industry. Oh no, get out of here. Johnny VZ for Nasig in God of War Ragnarok, the DLC has some callbacks to the first three. That is very true. Yes, it does. Yep.
Okay.
And it is like the end of it was very emotional. Holy moly, dude. It was it got me in the feels. It got me right in the feels. Do you care about spoilers?
I'm probably going to be playing these, so
It was emotional. And
Yeah.
it was
I'll-
beautiful.
I'll leave it at that.
And
we'll
it,
leave
and
it
it
at that.
did have some callbacks. So.
Yeah. Very
If you
emotional.
want to
Okay.
start with the original 3, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
And the
just know
definitely
that
DLC is free, man. It's crazy.
yeah, just know that
Mhm.
you can also go down the rabbit hole because they did have PSP games.
Yes.
Oh God.
And they
Okay.
were. I played Chains of Olympus, and it was
Yes.
amazing.
It was amazing.
It was so good. Oh, another emotional part where he was stuck in not it wasn't hell. Yeah, no, it was hell because it was Hades'
Hardest.
wife that yeah. So but his he made it to a place between heaven and hell where he saw the Titan that was holding up the earth, and his daughter was there, and he had to turn away from his daughter to stop the evil plot by Hades' wife. And they made you do it. They made you
Yeah.
push her away. It was crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that was
It was
before I
like-
even had kids.
I know. It was like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
John DBZ, Fox said he was going to give Revita a try. Nasik, can give you a hand with secrets?
Shoot all the walls.
Yes. Shoot all the walls.
Shoot all
Because
the
they
walls.
work in the
If it-
shadows, right? They're
What's that?
shadows. They're shadows? Because
No,
I
no, no,
remember
no,
you
like
playing
the-
it, the time guy. Didn't he turn into a shadow?
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about like the individual floors.
Oh,
There's sometimes secret areas because there's. I didn't know this when I was first playing it through, but you unlock all these different NPCs and there's symbols associated with them. But
Okay.
there's secret areas in some of the floors, and you
Mhm.
have to just shoot the walls. And if you shoot the wall and it kind of glows for a bit, it's hard to see sometimes.
yeah.
You can actually destroy that, and you can find a secret area.
Okay. Done and done. I'm gonna
And-
look that up after we get
I
off
love
here.
secret areas.
Mhm.
It's like Mario, Super Mario Land, when you got to go into those secret little areas and
It's
catch the
okay.
lives.
I love that some of the demos that I play
Yeah.
have secret areas in them as well.
I just miss that. Like
Mm-hmm.
hidden areas, Easter eggs. I miss all that. I also miss like the little game
Oh.
codes that could do cool
Oh,
things
yeah.
that didn't require a credit card.
Yeah. And Revita is on PlayStation, so I will be getting that. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
man,
if
check
it's
it out.
going to be today. It says it's
goodness.
on a sale. It's only $10. If that's true, I'm getting it today.
Oh, yeah, definitely get that.
Right on. Okay. Where are we? Oh, yes. Okay. John DBZ. I still pop by everyone's streams in my free time. The team are great. Thank you, John. You guys
You're
are
the best, John.
Thanks, John.
yeah.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah, you and Beers are like one of the best support systems ever.
Yes.
Can't thank you enough. And one of these days, you guys are gonna have to pop on the stream. I'm so serious about that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that would be cool.
And lastly, Scotty Agree Fox more interested in where Kratos goes next. Right on.
I really want to know where he goes next.
Me
but
too. And
it's
how they're
gotta be
incorporated into
him.
the story. Yeah.
It's got to be him, and
And
it's
a
got
good
to be
story.
a good story
hmm
and reason behind him ending up there.
Yes.
Like,
Oh yeah. Right on. Well, any
Because the
final
game
thoughts?
needs to happen.
Yeah, it does, but it's got to be good. It's got to
well,
be.
it's like me. Like, I love the games and everything like that, but I'm a story person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
wanna
Oh,
know
yeah.
this.
That's why
like,
I always-
if you give me a good story, I am all over it.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to
yeah.
be an open world guy. I want to be all that, you know, the what do you call
open
it?
worlds can get tedious.
Tedious. But Nas, what
You
was the mouse one you were playing? The
Oh, Pipsqueak? What was it called?
yeah. And the description of it. It's like a not scavenge, but what do you call it?
Oh, no, Winter Burrow.
That's right.
The one
yeah.
that I was playing on Wednesday. Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
a lovely little game.
Yeah, it's lovely, but it like if I like a linear story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The crafting, it kind of becomes like a little much. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I'd probably play it because it's good vibes. It's just good vibes. That game looks so good. But
It was a lot of fun.
yeah, that's why I'm like
Mm-hmm.
more into the Uncharted, the God of Wars and things like that because they give you
There's
such
nothing
a
wrong
good
with that,
story.
though. There's absolutely no shame in that. Everybody plays games for different reasons.
Yeah.
And they expect something different from each game that they play, and that's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I
but-
like the occasional cozy game of something just to be in
Oh,
a different
boy.
world, like, you know,
What's a cozy game to you, Gigi?
Animal Crossing.
All right.
Yeah. Super cozy.
Fox, what's a cozy game to
Dreamlight
you?
Valley.
What
you
you
know?
were playing was pretty cozy. You were knitting sweaters. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
How do you
Can
define a
you
cozy
make
game
me a
though?
sweater?
One where
Cozy
you.
game is something that's supposed. The definition of it
Mhm.
that has been given is something that's just like it's a game that you play, kind of like Candy Crush, but no combat and stuff like that, or
Well,
very little
that one has a
combat.
little combat. Yep.
you know?
There. Okay.
And that's what cozy games are. They're geared more towards players that don't necessarily either want it or they don't have that skill set in their gaming arsenal.
Would you say that there are certain genres that fit into cozy gaming?
I mean, yeah, if you put Minecraft on creative mode
Yeah.
instead of survival mode, that's a cozy game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're mostly just building everything.
Yeah.
I think that there's categories and games that can fit into that, but as a personal level, a cozy game is going to be something that you jump on, that you don't have to do too much, but you can have like a lot of fun and just get lost. Unwind after a great day instead of having to think through these puzzles or fight through this or that. And like, I mean, I have a friend that in Fallout, like his cozy game is Fallout 76 when he decides he's going to go build an entirely new camp, and he'll build these mansions or like how he ended up being able to build underground. How did you do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like you glitched it to where we go underground. I can look up and see everybody walking in your camp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just really cool. But like for him, that's on his part. That's his part of his cozy game that he's doing within this world that is
it's personal to him. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
like
I think there's layers. There's games that can be cozy, something that you get lost in and do, or there's like the game industry definition of something like Animal Crossing or Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah.
Or,
the stereotypical ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Fox? What's a cozy game to you? Like, how would you define it?
Oh gosh, that's a
Need for Speed.
right. Something that takes the thinking out of it, where you can just turn your brain off and explore, like with Red Dead Redemption. At the end of that, you can just go around and just explore. That was really cozy. I like that a lot. But yeah, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Like you can engage in a firefight if you want to, but you don't have to. You can go to a store and pick up supplies, but yeah, something that takes the thinking out of it. You're not forced to do anything you don't want to do. You don't have to follow a story. You don't have to collect any items. You don't have to do anything. It's up to you. Giving you the freedom to play how you want,
Yeah. So in that sense, it doesn't really, it kind of transcends genre to me.
Yeah.
A cozy game is however you define cozy.
Like there was one time in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I just went around fishing for
That's
like
dope.
2 hours. Yeah.
That's great.
And that was my cozy game. Like,
The flip side of that is Stardew Valley is a game that everybody, like a lot of people, consider cozy, and it stresses me the hell out. I can't play that game in a cozy way, and that's just me.
I don't play it, but like watching it be played, like I'll be, playing my games, and I'll look over and I'll be like, honey, what are you doing? Like, and I'll be like looking and stuff, and then I'll get the, babe, I'm gonna run do this real quick. Can you make sure I don't, can you gather these materials and stuff for me? You should have seen me one night. I was almost in tears trying to figure out how to fish. Or how to how do you change from a pickaxe to a fishing pole and stuff like that. And it was just, like, I was in tears, and I was just like, I want to go back.
For me, it's just the way that I manage my farm, and I use every single second to do something productive. So there's nothing relaxing about it, and I get stressed out if I miss something. Right? I forgot to water. I missed a spot. Damn it!
Or even games like Palea and stuff like that. Or
for me, honestly,
World,
like city builders are cozy games for me.
Yeah.
If I can build a civilization, if I can build a city and just not kind of like have that 10,000 foot view and just see how things are going. Okay, I want to expand to this area. Well, we need to build this first. We need to build that first, and all that other stuff. Those are my cozy games, but they're all different, though. Some people get lost in a racing game.
Yeah,
and I don't think it really comes down to this genre is considered cozy. I think it's all personal.
I think that they just said cozy just to like kind of give it.
I think cozy gets mixed up with casual.
Yeah,
which I get,
can see that.
but I think they were trying to like, because some people were just like, oh, you play Animal Crossing, you're not a gamer, you're not a real gamer. Like, have you dealt with those freaking villagers? Yeah, that's a real game right there. Like, they have attitudes. Like, but like, even we got a cute little cozy game a few months back called Little Kitty Big City or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, you're the cat, and like there's one where you have to like knock stuff off a shelf,
Yeah.
but you got to watch out because this construction guy's walking around, and he'll like, if he catches you, he'll throw you out and stuff. And I'm like, this is adorable.
Like there was another game I played a little while ago called A Webbing Journey.
Yeah.
I played the demo for it, and you control a spider, and it's the most adorable game I think I've played in a long time, because all the voices all sound like they're adorable. Every single time I was talking to one of the NPCs, I started chuckling. And I was doing this on stream.
Oh my goodness.
It's such a fun game. But you boot around the island, you rescue other spiders that are lost, you do little tasks for them, and it's an open world, like casual, not open world, but it's a sandbox type of physics game, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I thought, you know what, I could really just see this being a casual game for me, maybe for other people too.
Yeah. We've got Scotty joining on that conversation. He says, haha, yeah, I hear you guys. I used to play GTA or Saints Row and drive around at night, turn the TV volume down, and play my own music. Vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
It's like, okay, so I'm obsessed with Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
The show is just hilarious. But if you watch some of the episodes, like they'll be like, oh, you told us to get out more and get more exercise, so we're playing Wii Sports, or like there's one where one of the character comes in, asks the other character, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm sad, so I'm going for a walk. And it's him
I remember
in Red
that.
Dead, and he's just walking in Red Dead.
He went into a bar and he had a drink. Yeah, I remember that episode, because I'm like, wait, he's playing Red Dead Redemption. What's he doing?
For me, one thing that I used to do, the original Xbox, you could put your own music on and have your own soundtrack to your games and stuff.
I remember those days.
And I used to tear up some Tiger Woods golf and put on these songs and everything like that. And I would just like, suddenly I'd get the it's 3 a.m. you have to go to bed, and I'd be like, don't tell me how to live my life, I'm vibing. Like, yeah.
I remember I was playing
it almost sounds like you've got like a ritual. I wonder if people just have like their own sort of cozy gaming ritual where they pick their game,
maybe
they set up their atmosphere, maybe their music, turn the lights down, light some candles, some incense.
Some candles.
Not me.
You're playing The Sims or what?
I have neon lights. I have a PlayStation light, and then I have a kitty cat, and they're neon lights, and that's my mood light.
Right on. Just for anybody who from back in the day, I would play Black for the Xbox 360, and I would put Trey songs on while I'm going around murdering people.
There you go.
Oh, it's great.
Hey, you know what? If killing zombies or whatever is your way of chilling out, all the power to you.
Right on,
It's how you choose to get cozy, I guess.
Yeah, and but final thoughts.
I liked those previews that we were looking at today.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, and I'm really like, now I'm just probably gonna go down the rabbit hole searching for the new God of War to see if I can find anything.
Right on.
Thanks for that. There goes my Saturday.
I have to look for all the different ways I can play through the God of War franchise now. I've given myself that task. That's
a tall one. That is a tall one.
Yeah.
But I mean, might as well wait. You've got a lot of indie games to keep you occupied until.
You've got to finish Zero.
I have to learn to play decently well as Zero in X4.
You'll get there, especially because you review tapes, but like you'll figure it out. You're gonna figure it out, and then you're gonna get it down, and then all of a sudden it's just gonna be it's gonna click, and you're gonna be like, I don't know why that was so hard for me at first.
Man, I'm looking so forward to it, because this is just like smack in the face. Boom, here's this challenge now. And it's like, I didn't know this was coming. I thought it was just playing as a slightly different character, but I didn't realize that he's got his own story. And even the way that people talk to him in the game is different. I'm like, oh, this is neat. This is so, but the voice acting is just so funny. I can't not laugh at it. The voice acting in X4 is so, you know what? I'll just say it's unique.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, so I guess final thoughts.
Go play some fun ass games, I guess.
Oh man,
but I'm still not happy with Xbox, and I'm not happy with Phil.
Yeah,
I'm not either. And Scotty, it's okay that you have an Xbox, that you love Xbox, but
I don't have anything against Xbox gamers. I just feel bad
that you're upset too.
I'm very upset for them.
Yes,
because I don't like seeing anybody get scammed, and I feel like that's what this was. What it is, and you're not really doing anything to win the people that have already invested in your ecosystem over.
Right.
You're just doubling down, and I think that's crappy.
Right on. Same. So, you know, that was the biggest story for me. It was the Xbox story, and it feels like a huge betrayal of the players who have been with them for so long, and then you promise them, hey, we're just trying this out, seeing where this goes. It'd have been nice if he was said it was a great success, and we feel like part of this it is going to become one of part of the business model going forward. Just to let you guys know, give them a decision, give them a choice to make, to rather, you know, stay with you guys or go to another platform. I think it would have been surprised if he would have just been honest. I think a majority of people would have stuck around with them.
How would that go, though?
I mean, the more transparent you are with some people, the more you're likely to gain their trust and their respect.
Yeah.
So,
you're asking him to put his job on the line, though.
I mean, with what they're doing, they're throwing a Hail Mary pass, you know?
Yeah.
With doing all this stuff.
He's probably putting his job on the line, deciding to release exclusives as it is. Like Indiana Jones, that's going to tick a lot of people off. I mean, it makes me happy because I'm on PlayStation, but think about it. Like you're gonna make a lot of people mad with that, and things could happen that don't turn out to be as great as possible. Like, you know, it wouldn't be the first time that players have boycotted a game, you know, and tanked sales and you know, everything like that. So it could backfire on him in ways like you know, we're like the little ants. Like if the ants realized how powerful they were and decided to raise up, they'd get us all.
Oh yeah.
Don't give them any ideas.
I know, right? They're listening right now.
They probably are, but they probably. I mean, I'm in Texas, so they probably cooked by now. It's almost noon, so I mean they're probably all dead.
So the thing is we will never know. We will never know because he decided not to be honest with the people, the customers who are in that ecosystem. Now you do pose a great point, like how many of those people would walk away from Xbox if they would have been honest from the beginning, but how many people are going to walk away now because he wasn't, you know, because they were going to do it either way. I just wish he would have been honest about it.
If you're like me and you feel betrayed and lied to and stuff like that, you're just, I'm out.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
crap happens, right?
I stuck around for this, and then I get mad and leave. But I'm kind of vengeful sometimes.
You know, I understand that crap happens, right? And sometimes companies have to pivot. Fine. Jeez. But I mean, don't assume that your audience is too stupid to understand that. And I feel like that is the assumption that gets made a lot of times. Like, oh, we'll just tell the rubes this, you know, convenient little lie, and they'll forget about it because they're too busy playing all these wonderful games on our platform. It's like, no, stop that.
Yeah,
we're not as dumb as you think.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Just be upfront with us, be straight with us, right? And let us make decisions based on your decisions, not just lying to us, just so you can get your end around it, get whatever the hell you want out of it. It sucks.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
I don't want to do business with those kinds of people. And
Right.
that's ultimately what it comes down to, is I don't want to invest in a company or do business with people that lack integrity.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. All right. Well, folks, I think we go to the end of it. Great final thoughts, everybody.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
I just saw it in chat that J Bug showed up.
Oh,
hey man,
J-Bug.
haven't seen him in a while.
Hey. I hate Xbox at this point. I'm slowly jumping to PC. Oh no.
Right on.
You lost
one of us. One
Xbox,
of us.
You lost one. Right on it. Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, and I'll give the little outro. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. And not saying, you know, like Scotty and well, I'm just saying thank you guys for being here. I really
and
appreciate
thanks,
it.
Scotty, for hopping on the chat when you couldn't be here with us. Ken is actually at a convention,
that's
so
right.
That's going to be really awesome to hear about, and hopefully she gets some video and stuff later.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out. She'll probably put it on her
channel.
Yeah.
Or Twitch.
Or Twitter even. You guys go check her out too, and also check out Scotty, and obviously the magnificent geek and the ever so wise Nas. Go check them out also.
So Beerus isn't here, so you're the one that had to make me blush.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
Don't forget to check out Fox, because his stuff is amazing as well.
Oh, that's across the board for everybody involved. Thank you guys. But let's go ahead and get out of here.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great weekend. And John, Scotty, Bug, everybody, thank you for being here with us. And thank you to everyone that tunes in later that couldn't be with us live. We really appreciate you.
100%. Yeah.
Ditto. I can't say it any better.
Right on. So first and foremost, thanks to the panel. As always, wonderful conversations. And even the ones that went awry were fantastic. You can go visit their Twitters, their Twitches, and their YouTubes. All of that is in the description. Show them some love. They definitely deserve it. While you're down there, our stuff is also down there. You can look around, poke around, see if something tickles your fancy. But lastly, but definitely not leastly, for everyone that showed up, all the viewers who showed up on stream and the ones after, thank you so much. We wouldn't be here without you. You're the reason to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So definitely give yourselves a pat on the back. Thank you. With all that being said, visit us next Saturday, same time. But until then, keep it casual. Peace.